Alice in Borderland came out on Netflix in 2020. Yep, smack in the middle of the pandemic. It is based on a Japanese manga that follows our lead protagonist Arisu and his friends as they are transported to an alternate version of Tokyo where it's completely emptied out. They have to take part in deadly games, and to win them would literally mean a stay of execution. Wait a minute, that sounds an awful lot like Squid Games, doesn't it? And you wouldn't be wrong. See, where Squid Games is more tethered to reality when it comes to its premise, Alice in Borderland, on the other hand, is more science fiction based. So why am I revisiting a show that came out in 2020? Well, really simple. Season 2 is right around the corner. So what did I do the past week? Well, I rewatched Season 1 in its entirety. Was it as good as I truly remembered it to be? Or was that all due to the pandemic haze? Spoilers ahead, let's get into it. If you enjoyed this episode and all the other content I've been putting out lately, please do subscribe. This show is truly something else and quickly became a hot topic of discussion between my friends and I. So as I briefly mentioned earlier, people here need to compete in deadly games of which the types and difficulties are based on simple playing cards. Diamonds are games of logic or rationality. Spades are games of physical strength or endurance. Clubs are usually games that require teamwork. And hearts are the most dangerous games of all, dealing with betrayal and literal heartbreak. The number on the card reveals the level of difficulty as well as the number of days you gain to stay alive. This show has two main plot points, and they are kind of broken up evenly between the 8 episodes. The first 4 episodes deals with Arisu and his friends being transported into this alternate emptied out Tokyo, right? It is here that we understand the rules of the world, the types of games, and we meet some interesting people along the way. However, I was not prepared for episode 3 when the group gets drawn into a hearts game. I really enjoyed the chemistry between Arisu, Chota, and Karube, but when his friends decide to sacrifice themselves and save Arisu, I was utterly shocked. Episode 4 is kind of like an in-between episode where we deal with the loss of Chota and Karube as well as develop new friendships and a new hope for finding answers. And then we get into episodes 5 through 8, which deal with the second plot of the show, which is the beach. Here we're introduced to some fascinating characters, none more so than the enigmatic leader of the beach, the Hatter. He developed a theory as to how to get back to the normal world, and it's really quite simple. Survive all the games. As you survive all the games, you collect the cards that the game represents. And if you collect all the cards in the deck, that should be able to provide safe passage for one person to get back to the normal world. But what if people don't want to go back to the normal world? What if they actually enjoy living in this world where all the sadistic games play out and they actually enjoy this new way of life? Well, we have exactly that being represented perfectly by Last Boss and Niragi. Hatter knew these guys would be trouble right from the moment they entered the beach. So what does he do? He gets his best friend and ex-police officer, Aguni, to help control them. The politics that go on at the beach are truly fascinating, and I wish they had just slowed the pace down a bit so that we could spend more time in this location and really understand the ins and outs of all of this. This utopian beach doesn't last long, and as it all comes crumbling down, we finally get revealed as to who is behind all these sadistic games. And let's talk about that cliffhanger, right? It is understood throughout the show that the games have never revealed a face card. And all of a sudden, all the games are now completely just face cards? That's how you leave the audience satisfied yet craving for more. Overall, Alice in Borderland Season 1 is a truly mind-blowing show. Season 2 will be released on the 22nd of December on Netflix, and I cannot wait for it. Have you seen Season 1 of Alice in Borderland? What did you think of it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this episode of Raul Reviews, please sub, share, like, comment, do all of these things as they'll be much appreciated on my end. You guys have a great day now, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.